Okay, come on, gimbal. Start working. Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today I want to talk about this 2000 Cadillac Escalade that I purchased. Has a 5.7 liter in it, 460 or 4L60 transmission. Doesn't have the 4L80. I bought it at a really good price. It's a 23-year-old truck. I've owned a lot of Suburbans, probably 7 of them with my family and everything else. My first truck that I've ever owned when I was a child at 16 was a 1977 GMC Suburban, 3-speed on a tree. It was turd brown. It was a piece of crap, but I love that truck. We had a lot of fun in it. This is pretty much a Tahoe. The difference is Tahoe and Suburbans are 19 inches in the rear end. And when you have a Suburban for so long, you really get used to the 19 inches. And yes, Suburbans and Tahoes get the exact same amount of gas mileage. I don't know why, but it's 19 inches, but they get the same amount. Doesn't get too bad of gas mileage. 15, 16 on the highway, 12, 11 in the city. Has disc brakes up front, drums in the back. But I bought this pretty cheap. And the reason why I bought it, I'm going to build this thing, but I'm not going to build it right now. This is going to be probably a winter build or maybe next spring, because I got a bunch of work to do and got to take care of my wife's Lexus, our Lexus, but the wife drives it. The nice thing about this Escalade, though, I want to tell you guys about, it does not have the barn doors like the Suburbans and Tahoes do. So your field of view in the rearview mirror is a lot better. The body's in pretty good condition though. The frame's in really good condition for being 23 years old. Interior's not bad. Like most standard Suburbans, Tahoes, Escalades, the interior right here rips. If you guys want me to show you guys how to fix that, it's a little man crafting stitching up that I have to do. Use fishing line so you can't see the stitching and it holds up really good, but I can show you guys how to do that if you guys want me to show you. Just leave a comment below. Interior door piece is missing right here. These usually always break, that's why it was replaced, I'm assuming, but I got it because of the wood trim and everything else. I like the nice look of it. But when you come into it, it really doesn't look much different than a Suburban or the Tahoe. And this is just my personal opinion. I think Cadillac did it right when they built this. They took this is the best built Tahoe or Suburban that I know of. Everything's tight. Even though it has 175,000 miles, 175,552 to be exact. This truck is still really tight. It does have the bows. These theft lock systems, this sucks. But I digress on that. I use the FM transmitter. This thing does have a CD player right there. It does have CD player right in here, the glove box. Does have a little cubby hole. It's a little bit different than those old Suburbans. Same thing here. Cigarette ashtray down there. 2 power sources right here and here. The nice thing about the Bose system though, you can really turn it up and there's no distortion, anything with the sound. It really holds the tunes well. I'd show you guys, but I don't want to get copyright. This thing's dirty, but it needs a bath. The only real difference in the Cadillac than the Suburban is these 3 buttons right here. Your rear wiper, your rear hatch, your window, your fog lights. But everything else is pretty much a Suburban or a Tahoe. They built this with quality though. It does have the privacy protectors. You can store anything underneath here. It does have a third seat right there. I want to take it out, have more cargo room and stuff like that. This is a Vortec 5.7 Generation 2. It's not a bad engine. It's still a Generation 2 350. So you can't really do a lot of modifications to it. I mean, you can put your horsepower with your horsepower and everything, but it's not worth it. As you can see, it does have a bunch of little defects, rock chips. It's not pretty right now. I mean, it's a nice truck. Don't get me wrong, I'll take you guys for a spin in it. The oil pressure. Okay, temperatures, kind of okay, whatever. There's no codes on it. I have a scan tool. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But I want to take you guys for a little drive in it. I can tell that they just used the best stuff around because they perfected the Suburban and the Tahoe, but when they put their name on it, this is just my opinion, I believe they wanted to have a high quality Cadillac SUV, because people, when they know about Cadillacs, they know about 60,000 miles, they just start going to crap. The resale value on them is nothing. Thing rides really nice and smooth. She has a lot of sway in it, and I want to get rid of that, tighten up the sway bars and get new ones, new bushings and stuff like that. The shocks, 175,000 miles, they need to be replaced, so I'm going to try to tighten it up. And the brakes are not bad on it, they're a little spongy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the shocks, because then when I brake, the weight differential will help it out a lot. It'll tell me a lot more about the brakes. But I'm going to replace the shocks on this. And if I need brakes, I might, I'll do a brake job, but I might increase the calipers. Instead of the single or dual piston, I'll probably want to go with 3 or 4 piston calipers to make sure this thing can stop on a dime. The 5.7 is tired in this thing though, and it needs to be replaced. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 5.3 LS engine in it, and my son and I are going to put a turbo on it. I'm going to put the 5.3 in it, get a little bit better gas mileage, more power. And the reason it needs a new paint job, and the reason why I bought this is not because of it's a Cadillac. The reason why I bought it is because it's so well built. Brakes nice and straight. Braking right now. I'm going to turn around right here. The turning radius on this thing is astronomical good. Even though it's a 4-wheel drive, still brakes nice and neat. Thing doesn't have very many electrical gremlins, not yet. That's another reason I'm going to put the 5.3 in and get its own ECU. Have everything run separate. When I replace the 5.3, I'm going to put in the 4L80 in it. Make sure the transmission is not junk like these 4L60s are. The 5.7s are nice in these things, but it's Generation 2 350. So I want something where I can tune it myself. Probably use the Holly Dominator series. That way I can put my own programming in, and eventually what I want to do is run this thing on an E85, because I bought this thing for a bug-out vehicle, believe it or not. It needs new paint, so what we're going to do is we're going to Rhino line it, Line-X, whatever you want to call it, black, probably gunmetal black, or gunmetal gray I should say, or black Line-X. That way when I take it off-road and stuff, I won't really be worried about chips and scratches and all that crap. But there's going to be some modifications done to it. I bought it for a builder. But right now, what we're doing at the homestead is we're getting ready to start breaking ground on our off-the-grid utility shed. And that's going to house our water, all the filtration systems that we're going to use. Going to have all of our power out there. Going to install another solar array so you guys can see that new solar system. But we're going to probably break ground this weekend, which would be the 22nd, with trenching in the pipes and all that stuff. Cadillac did it right when they did a 1999 and 2001. They didn't come out with the Escalade. That's when they changed it all over to more electrical crap. I don't like that stuff. It's funny. They want you to buy a electric car, but they can't even get the electronics right. So why would you want to buy that? I just don't get it. One thing I don't like about this, you can see the wheels. They're narrow inside of it, which is good for cornering and everything else. But what we're going to do is we're going to probably get some new offset tires and kick them out just a little bit more after I get the suspension done, just to give it a little bit more balance. The gaps on it, as you guys can probably see, on the gaps on the hood and gaps on the light, you can tell it was pushed. It was pushing something before, or ran into something. But it's not a bad truck. It's really not. Cadillac really got their crap straight when they built these. Like I said before, 2099 were the first 2 years of this, and they changed everything around. I do like it. I'm going to put a new bumper on the back and a new bumper in front, because the deer around here, as you guys know, I'm going to make my own custom bumper. Have a winch up here, the whole 9 yards. So when I hit those deer, good luck, buddy. If you guys do find a Cadillac 99 or a 2000, you're going to get a great, well put together piece of equipment. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys are taking care of each other. Be nice to one another. This world's full of just people right now, but we gotta be the better people. So thanks for watching again. You guys take care.